All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy. I'm Brandon Gaughan. To my left is my good friend Charles Davis, and what a thrill to be here for the biggest one of them all, the Super Bowl. And it seems to get bigger every year. The lights get brighter. The cameras more numerous. I don't know. There's just so much that goes into this game. It's an honor to be here, isn't it?
It is an honor, and I can't wait to share this game with you. This is going to be a whole lot of fun. You're my partner, my best friend. I can't imagine being anywhere else but right here with you. And just think about it this way. You mentioned the magnitude. This is no longer just a game for America or even North America. This is worldwide. People watching from just about every country in the world. This is impressive.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and just about ready to roll.
That's it. Get ready. 53, Mike. Hey, let's get some penetration. Get him.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And some room to roam now. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling, usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
He'll buy some time right. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, he'd to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, he's got a couple more downs to play with.
And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Newton. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. 3 points, probably not going to win this Super Bowl, but at least you get something on the opening drive.
And it's certainly not going to lose it. So the bottom line is, come away with the points now, come back and get greedy later, and try and put it in the end zone.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Alert, 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 alert. Let's get it. Run. Slam.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Mayfield on 3rd and 2. Flush to his right. He finds Beckham complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And that player was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They'll run on 1st down. Kern. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd down, Hilliard. And some good running out of the gates as he takes this up to the 33. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Mayfield now, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Used to have a coach just tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. 3rd and long for Mayfield. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 20-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
You draw Porter. Hurry. Alert.
On 1st down, Hilliard. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Browns have taken the lead. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even one step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
Fielded about a yard deep. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Now Newton. And his throw here's incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
On 2nd and 10, Newton. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you wonder, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Yeah, there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
So they wound up passing on a long field goal try, but that works out for them really well. That one's down inside the 5-yard line.
And it's risky because your punter, if he puts it in the end zone, the net result not worth it, but there, I think worth it.
Watch the twist. King. Real. 22-jet bombers. Check. Watch 54. Run. Let's go, D. Check. Lucky. Point it right. Right there. 54. Smooth. 54, Mike.
Out of his end zone, Mayfield. That's caught by Ware. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Let's go, boys, let's go. Switch it. 6-6. Pull it high. Switch. Undercrush.
They run the counter. Kern. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. The former LSU Tiger Dante Jackson on the stop. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Hey, alert! Check, 59. Here we go. Hey, alert!
On third down, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Here's Brian Anger now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
Let's go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Newton, that's going to be caught by Samuel. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
That's good for a Panthers first down.
Now Newton on first down. Flushed out right. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Scarlett. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Out of the gun, Newton. Ball's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, 43 yards. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Browns take over first and 10.
The Browns drive about to get started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A big play there. 78 yards. And the Browns have retaken the lead. Sanders on for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
Silver.
On the ground, McCaffrey. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
To throw on second and 6, Newton. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen, took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back, and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Browns drive about to get started, and they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball, but how about them just taking it big-time jaunt. Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
On second down now, Kern. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down.
Alert, 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 alert. Check, Mike 54, Mike 54.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a 1st down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll run on 1st down. Kern. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game, because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
Alert, 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 alert. Point it right, point it right, point it right.
Now Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love it.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Miles Jack with a sack.
A loss of 18 yards. It's 2nd down.
2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Newton steps away to his left. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Newton. That's to McCaffrey, complete.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
Alert, 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 alert.
First and 10.
On 1st down, Kern. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Hey, 133.
On second and very short, Mayfield. He's going to look. That's caught at the 25. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Antonio Callaway, as the first half is winding down, as his guys have now moved out in front. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many syllables.
Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. The Browns drive about to get started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half.
Accelerating, and off he goes. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Olivier Vernon just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now it's Newton, escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Olivier Vernon, his second sack of the night.
How about that, partner? His second sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls. But only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's got this down to the 35. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Pass complete. Newton fighting his tight end Thomas. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll get this down only to the 18. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Now Scarlett. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Off play action. Newton rolling to his right. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Cam Newton with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. Gano the extra point, and that will get them 1 closer. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
At the 20-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Kern gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. from the gun on third down. He finds his target, Beckham. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. And a quick slant, good for 8 and a first.
First down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. Run. Hey, pistol. Deuce. Alert. Watch out. Sponge. No. You got tight right there.
Now a handoff here to his running back. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 miles.
They'll keep it on the ground. Kern. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From the gun, Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 63 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. There he goes, right side. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Curtis Samuel with his third touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Come on.
A shotgun snap for Newton. And this is going to be caught, so they do get it. And the 2 points, now they're back down to a 1-score deficit. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Browns shaken up on the play. The Browns drive about to get started. We'll check on his status when we get back. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
One quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
32.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Regular. Shoot. Watch the shoot.
They'll keep it on the ground. Kern. And he's got this down to the 35. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Alert.
They'll run on first down. Kern. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Tackle made by K'Wan Short. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Hurry. Real. Greystone, travel.
Here's Hilliard. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. 3rd and 11. And some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime.
Rush in. Regular.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
Sanders on for the field goal, a 50-yard attempt.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
From the 38, Newton forced out to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. The Panthers going for it on 4th. Newton. And Thomas has it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play. Newton now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the gun, Newton flushed out right. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 36 yards on the play. Newton throwing again. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got it. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Cam Newton taking it in as his guys are back within a single score. Gano for the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Show it up. Show it up. Bang, 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 bang. He's coming, he's coming.
They'll keep it on the ground. Kern. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. To throw, Mayfield. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's McCaffrey. A gain of 3, 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Newton. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Myles Garrett in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Newton to throw. They'll roll him out right. And that is incomplete. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you. What a Super Bowl this has been, and the biggest play comes now. It's 4th down. They snap it to Newton. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Watch the pass.
This is Scarlett on the carry. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Mike. Ready? 180? 53. Mike. Ready? Ready?
They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. The Panthers on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Check 25. Check 25. Check.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Newton got his target, Samuel. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the 4th quarter. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Dancing to his left. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here to pick. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. He was looking for Landry that time. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. Newton takes it himself. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. They come out here in the eye.
Defense wins championships, baby.
And Newton's going to keep it. And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
3-yard loss. It's now 4th down and goal.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it.